Hello everybody, welcome back to INSANEBRIT Gaming. This is part 3 of Doki Doki something plus, I don't know. It's in the title. Literature Club. That's right, we've joined the Literature Club and we wrote our first poem in the first video, and there was a girl fight, bit of bitchiness going on regarding me, bit of jealousy happening. Now, they seem to want me to write a poem, and then it obviously lures me to a certain individual. And they want me to kind of, or at least the premise is, I think, like, pick a girl that you like and then kind of focus in on her, maybe try and get her to like you. I didn't really play it that way at the beginning, and this second poem, I kind of want to do it for myself. So I went with a cutesy one last time where it was like, oh, blossom and rainbows and sunshine. Yeah, very really basic stuff for a poem. You know, to do with the weather and love, or I suspect that's what it was kind of themed around. Those are the kind of words I picked. This one we're going to go slightly towards, I feel, more my mindset, what appeals to me. So I'm thinking like a berserk type poem to do with war, chaos, you know, massacre, whatever. I think massacre was one of the words thrown in there. I don't know if they're the same words thrown in here. I think there may be. I remember seeing extreme. So I'm going to go dark. I'm not going to say cry. I'm not thinking that. I'm not saying a war poem to do with crying. But again, unfortunately, they don't actually show you what you write in the poem. It's just a bunch of words that they put together and they tell you what they think of it. So let's go dark for me straight away. We've got 20 pages to go through. Bouncy always makes me laugh. Okay, so pain, dark, pain, suffering, you know what I mean? Captive would be in that kind of element. Broken's kind of cool, but I think fear would be more of it. You know, that could be broken hearted, whatever. This could be fear of failure, I don't know. So let's go fear. I think it sets the right tone for this poem. Alone would be... That sounds more depressing than anything. I want to go atone. Yes. Okay, well, on page 6. Jesus Christ. This is interesting. Maybe lucky. Death. That's a bit much. Uncontrollable. Determination. I'm going to go determination. Swimsuit, what? Maybe desire? Or after image, I don't know. I'll go after image. Desire seems a bit weird for a battle or war kind of poem. But whatever, I mean, that's just my mentality right now, so after image. Wrath, it has to be, for me. Could be scars. Or, no, inferno. Let's go inferno. Aura. Journey could be cool. Or destiny. Oh, destiny. Defeat. That would be kind. Oh, anger. Oh, this is good. So we got a few here. I'm kind of annoyed because I would have liked to have had defeat and anger in there as well, but let's go anger. Right, we've only got 6 more. Horror. Peace. Disarray. I'm thinking peace or horror. I want to say peace because for me, I'm putting like, again, it's my own interpretation of like war or like there's fear or something like that in this battle, in my mentality in this poem. Again, unfortunately we don't actually get to read it. It's not like it's put together for us like that. Infinite, happy, peaceful. Why is peaceful popped up again? Let's go infinite. Disaster. Misfortune. Disaster. Oh, I don't really know what to go here. And it turned out to be an anime. I don't know. That... I'm gonna go anime. I don't know. That seems kind of weird because there's not really that kind of gives me. I mean, that's counter to depressing anything. So joy and there's looking up at the clouds and comfort. What's that about? You know what I mean? It feels kind of weird. That could be analysis of a battle or something, but again, we're not actually gonna see it. So anime is gonna be my outside thing there, just thrown in. Secretive, insight. Shiny, headphones, whisper. Shiny, ooh. Insight, I'll just go. Grief, treasure. Giggle, sunny, grief. And the last one. Eternity, dream, pop, essence, prayer. Eternity unstable. Let's go unstable. I think. Let's go that. Right, so let's see what they think of it. And they might have a specific poem as well. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. There's a lot of reading. By the way, I am kind of ill. So if I sneeze or cough, it's my apologies. There is a lot of reading and ironically I did get sick during this playthrough. So typical, isn't it? Especially when I've got to read a lot. Another day passes, it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi Perry, Sayori says, our best friend. Yo Sayori, looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. She did put that she made breakfast on her last poem. That was fucking funny. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, sorry? Why is that all of a sudden? Yeah, why is that? Why do I want to look at her purse? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. What, she hasn't got any money? Then she turns it upside down and its contents spill out onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. There you go. Ha ha ha, so she wanted me to buy her a snack. I knew it. I can see right through you, sorry. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought the snack before coming to the club room. Fair play. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you planned on conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves but one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Ha ha ha. Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. Ha ha. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Perry to let me borrow some money. That's... Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Ah. Did I just... I didn't mean that. That was fair play. I got too absorbed into my book. Ahaha. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's fun. It's the fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right though. I did something bad and now I have to accept the retribution. Just say she got the word wrong, but okay. She corrected her. That still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Haha. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Jesus Christ. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Haha. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles to the desk. Onto the desk. Oh, did Natsuki hear? What? Kaya! Ow! What? What was that? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid for my restitution. She keeps getting the word wrong. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. Ha ha ha. Oh, it is her, so she did throw it. I was just going to give it to you, but then I heard the blab about the cupcakes. It was certainly worth seeing a reaction, though. Haha. Natsuki? That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. She good? What? Oh, show good. I see. These stupid words I got to say. Ridiculous. Sayori suddenly gasps her hands over her mouth. Clasps her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue. God's sake. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours is really good too, Natsuki. Can I try? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sorry, get out of the seat. Wait, hold on. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. I see. Good God. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Uh-huh. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safely. God's sake. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Huh? Natsuki glances around. Monica is in the club room. Ah, where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. I see, a boyfriend, I suppose she's hinting at. That's true. Excuse me? She ain't happy about that. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. No proof of that, but okay. You're strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Don't talk to... What? Ah, never mind that. What held you up anyway? Ah, well, my last period was study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. Ahaha. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Yeah, fair play. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Ah, I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Perry. Monica smiles sweetly. Okay, so she's like... I've like complimented her, like, oh, I want to hear your music, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Aha, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I really love the chance to share once I'm ready. Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, please. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade, yes. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. She was hungry. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. She keeps going to that closet. What's with that? I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like it's the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. I look away, bashful. My cheeks go red. What? But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I might have been sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Maybe she wants to recap it so she could discuss it with me. Who knows? Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... Ah, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I suspect she borrowed one to me and then... Well, like, she didn't want to give it to me, but she decided to, and then she just bought it again for herself. You know what I mean? But then that begs the question, if she... Because she said she'd read the book. And now she's kind of, like, reading it. It's kind of odd. How could you recommend something that you haven't read yourself? It is what it is. Let's continue. I see. There's something fairly obvious here. That Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. Yeah, it's fine, just is what it is. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story, I see. So it's a favourite of hers, and she probably rereads it, and a lot of people probably end up doing that as well. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well... oh, she don't want to give away the plot, or she thinks it... I mean, she gave it to me, and it is a light read that she said, I believe, from yesterday. Is that what she said? Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. She has to actually have a look at the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. So is it like a horror or something? Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Oh, so it's like a mystery thing, I suppose. Like I said, I wonder if she didn't want to give away the plot too bad. Like, you know, basically it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. Ooh, like a mysterious one. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. I see. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Well, yeah, she's into dark stuff, I suppose. You know. She said it was like fantasy kind of thing as well. I can't remember what Natsuko was into or whatever. Damn it. I know she's into manga. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yeah, she said it was supposed to be relatable. How the hell is my life falling apart? It's not relatable, or most people's, well, yeah. Maybe it's relatable to her, and that's why she's seeing it that way. You know what I mean? This could be very tame for her, considering she might be into darker stuff, you know what I mean? Aha! Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Perry? No, it's not that. I actually do watch a lot of horror films. Waiting to see that last horror film. I can't remember what they call it. Oh man, I've seen Smile. I'm going to see Smile 2. Man, there's a bunch of horror films coming out. Is it Insidious like 5 or 4 or 6 or something like that? I think there's another one of those coming out. There's a bunch of horror films I'm going to watch. So yeah. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goal, of their own philosophy, and they believe in. If I've read that right, I've read that kind of fast. Something else was crossing my mind as I was reading that. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they've made out to be naive for letting the one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything. Yeah, I think I said this yesterday. Like when I get into a topic and it's specific to me, whether it's regarding YouTube or anime or a show I'm watching or something like that, sometimes you can go on about it for ages. So it's a hobby, it's a passion. She loves it. So, you know, people just babble on. You know, it's a common thing. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. Huh? When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. Yeah, like I said. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Fair play, yeah, it is. That's true. In fact, I might as well start reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine. I'll sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if it is distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand that what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. I was reading a comic the other day. It was one of my ones that I had a while ago, and I was sitting up here, and I was reading and I was enjoying it, and then somebody came in and said to me, "You're very quiet," and I'm like, I'm reading this. You know what I mean? So, but I could imagine someone being in a room with you when you're reading. It's kind of distracting, I suspect. I'd find that a bit odd myself. You know, it's just one of those things. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realise that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. She wants to read. So that's kind of odd. Okay, so what? You know what you could do? Read the book together. You know? Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? Well, I suspect there's a lack of confidence or unsure of herself, especially with the lack of... I want to say lack of communication with people, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe it's because I'm a guy. She's used to being around girls, so I don't know. I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Ha ha ha. Yeah, alright. Here, this should work. Right? I slide my desk up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulder, almost touching, for goodness sake. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Ah, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the pages. Here. Yuri takes... takes her left arm and holds the left side of a book between her thumb and forefinger. Jesus. Ah. I do the same for the right arm, okay, side of a book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb and flips to the other side. Oh my god. So much like detail for turning a page. Alright, whatever. But I'm holding it like this. We're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading it, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting a little it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also takes second glances of all the things that she says and does. Ah, I see. So she reminiscences with this particular character. That's why she says it's like people can find common things with this character, but specifically her, because it's not going to be me, you know. So she just assumed it's everyone like that. But that's fine. Interesting. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Perry, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Well, you said that you found common ground with the character. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute. I see. What are you saying all of a sudden? Oh, I'm just digging myself a deeper grave. Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah, Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Ah, it's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'd be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit more, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. Who should I... Okay, the poem first. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to cut the video for a second because I just want to check something and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. We're half an hour in. Now, last time we picked Sayori and then Yuri, then Monica. I think Natsuki and Sayori were funny and interesting. Let's go Monica this time. Hi again, Perry. Oh wait, her fucking handwriting was terrible, wasn't it? It was annoying. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you are applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I'll give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, Perry. I was going... Oh, hold on. So she goes, I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Well, a lot of thoughts in my head, I suppose. Like I said, I'm kind of like a storyteller, but whatever. Again, they don't actually show you what you wrote, so it's kind of thingy, but I did pick some heavy words in there with a certain theme for my poem. I guess I underestimated you. Yeah, well, yeah, no, I agree. A lot of people, you know, looks can be quite deceiving, I think. Like, you look at Yuri, you think she's a sweet, innocent girl, and next minute she's into dark stuff and all the rest of it, so, you know, looks can be deceiving. Okay. It's easiest, so I say, it's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. I never look at it that way. I simply, whatever I'm doing, I never keep it kind of low, like on purpose. No. I do what feels right or what looks good or feels good, depending on what the project is, whether it be writing or whatever, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I never really go with that mentality. I'll always be honest when I start something and say, I'm not going to be very good at this, but let's see what I can think, you know what I mean? But always try and rise above whatever you're capable of. So if you think you're level 1, try and get to level 3, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. Trying to do you know, elevate. I suppose I'm being a bit more realistic, I suppose. But whatever, always try and elevate and do, and try and surprise, you know? But whatever. Aha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yeah, so I like Sayori because it does put a smile on your face. And I do understand the symbolism. You know, I didn't understand her ghost story. Yuri was the one who had the ghost story, and I had complications with reading it and its metaphors. But I haven't got a problem with something being explained to me. Ideally, a poem should not have to be explained. You would get it, but do you feel less intelligent because of it, or is it more because you just feel it doesn't resonate with you? You know what I mean? Like, or I wouldn't say like you just don't understand it. You prefer to understand it than just be like, oh, what the hell is this? I'm so confused, right? So, especially for a poem, some people get it, some people won't, but whatever. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left. Wait, what? Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. Yeah, no, I agree. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. It's a different skill set. I would say, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyse all of the nuances. Yeah, and even then you can get it wrong, you know. I think I can't remember, I played a certain game and I was doing something and I come up with a story regarding the game itself, and then somebody else come up with a complete 180 thing about how it wasn't that, and I was like, that's another perspective of it. So yeah, okay, now my joypad's dying. It can take years of practice, which is I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. Yeah, I bet, especially if you kind of think that way as well. One second, guys, I'm just getting my charger. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? Here we go. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, here we go, guys. Save me. Ooh, the title, Save Me. The colours, they won't stop. No, the colours, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colours, flashy, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless monopoly of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Oh, hold on, let's read the rest of it. Violent, grating, waveforms. What? Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine. What? Cosine, tangent. Like playing a vinyl. What? On a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Jesus. Load me. What? Or was that loud me? Load me? What? That's an unusual one, isn't it? So, colours, they won't stop. Bright and beautiful, flashing. They're meaningless. Meaningless noise. It won't stop. Playing a vinyl on a crust. A vinyl on a pizza crust. Endless poem. So, but damn, this is quite. It's unusual. I can't quite pinpoint it, other than the fact that there's meaningless. Something's meaningless. The noise. Is it to do with like the noise around her in her life? Like it's going on. It's all hectic and crazy, and it's just meaningless shit kind of thing, you know? I'm interested to find the meaning of this, like, specifically. It's called Save Me. So she wants someone to save her from this meaningless crap of whatever. Maybe it's to do with her life in general, like how she lives. You know, she's popular. It's all noise. The fandom of, oh, you're beautiful, you're perfect, you're the most popular, yeah, you're the best. It's all meaningless. She feels like it's just noise at this point. No one actually cares. Very interesting. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Ha ha ha. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. I wouldn't say I don't like it. I would say I'm more interested to know the meaning behind it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of a poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. Well, definitely noise was mentioned. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about though. Ha ha ha. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression or of a feeling. I could see that. Or a conversation with a reader. Yes, I was trying to come to some kind of conclusion between what the letter or the poem was saying and what I got out of it, and all I could get is a person saying save me and the noise around them was drowning out whatever. So putting it in that way, the poem is about something. Oh, sorry. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. I just assumed it was, but okay, that's fine. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this a tip? Is this a tip even about writing? So she's saying save the game. It's interesting. Let's save it now, can I? What am I even talking about? Haha. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, so who else should I... Okay, so oh man, I really like Sayori. She's so funny. Natsuki's always going to be a bit bitchy, but she was kind of semi-warming up to me. Alright, who do we want to go with next? I'm interested in Yuri, because we're reading a book together now, and my writing kind of similar to Yuri, so let's kind of leave that for now. Let's go Sayori, she's always fun. Oh god, here we go. Oh, I like this one, Perry. It has some nice feelings in it. What? There was like death and chaos in there, written in Infernal. What are you talking about? Ah, I'm glad. Still though, your tone makes it sound like you really... Wait, hold on. Your tone makes it sound like you like yesterday's poem better. Well, I thought yesterday's poem was like more up her street than this one. I guess you caught me. Yeah, see, that's not a problem. Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good. Well, don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it. No, I still like this one. I promise. You know I wouldn't lie to you, Perry. Never ever. Yeah, I guess so. What made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one then? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out poems if they're good or bad. But that's why I just go with my heart, by my heart. Well, just go with what you like. You maybe say this one was darker, which I would agree with, and the other one yesterday was light-hearted. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. But again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some... You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean by that. But I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah, I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. My eyes are getting messed up reading this. I'm starting to get a bit of a headache as well. That's not good. And it make a nice happy rainbow. Sorry, Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is. Maybe. I'm getting better expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Perry. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? I'm looking forward to this. Oh, this is a fucking long one, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Bottles. Oh my god. It sounds so simplistic, doesn't it? I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. Food involved. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a box safe and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Okay. Happy thoughts. What? Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. In bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes the bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Hold on. More dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave. Discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging. Scraping and scraping. Jesus Christ, this is a long poem, dude. Hold on. Let me adjust my eyes. I blow the dust off the bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time has lapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend. Each and every bottle, Jesus Christ. Each and every bottle, but every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something. But all I hear is echoes, echo, echo, echo inside my head. Jesus. What the hell? That's a long one to dissect, dude. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. So her head, right? It's a secret place where she keeps all her dreams. There's balls of sunshine. She puts them in bundles like kittens. They're in jars. There's no time to waste. I put them in a bottle to keep it safe. So she bottles up her dreams and stores them for her friends, right? It makes me a lot of friends. Each bottle is a starlight to make amends. So it's to solve problems for people, I think. Her friends feel a certain way, so she brings a bottle, her thoughts, to save the day, to make them feel better, I suppose. Night after night, more dreams come, so more solutions for other people. Deeper and deeper her fingers go to, like exploring a dark cave, discovering secrets hiding. So she's digging for solutions all the time in her mind, I suppose. I blow dust off the bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time has elapsed. Okay, so she's constantly doing this. She needs more to help. She wants to help more people, I feel. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, I open them. Do they want her ideas that much, or her whatever? I frantically pull them off the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. So she has things to say, or possibly able to help, but the solutions never come because they shatter between her feet. Damn, that is one hell of a poem. I was not expecting. The first one was absolutely simplistic and childlike, and I loved it. This is like, damn, that's deep, heavy for her. Damn. Okay, let's see what she says. Holy crap, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Sayori, did you even write this? You really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Ah, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. Even if it helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing is the best. Writing's the best. I'm going to keep writing until I die. Aha, don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be so pessimistic. Who should I share my drawing to next? Okay, so Natsuki, I think, is like negative, but she's warming up a little bit to me. Yuri, I think, is going to like it. I think I'm going to go Yuri, because Natsuki, I think, is going to be interesting and have something kind of semi-counter. Let's go Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. She's going to like it, I think. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Perry, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. She acts like it was a love letter and I gave it to her. What the flipping hell is she? Okay. Used to what? It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. Oh, I see. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying that you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Writing is a personal thing, and not everyone's writing is going to be everyone's cup of tea, but there you go. And I will always say this, along with content creation as well, when it comes to gaming. It could be gaming, could be writing, could be, especially writing, because I said in the previous video, I wanted to become a writer at some point in my life. You know, just that was, I like telling stories. Hence, I like story-based games and stuff like that. And I will say this, if you have a piece of music, or you sing, or you're writing, that if you don't put it out there, and you're like, oh, it isn't good enough, the world will hate it. Someone's gonna, millions of people, hundreds of people will like it. Someone will like it. Someone will hate it. Decides it. Some will and people who do like it will say it could be better, or it you know, or it's perfect, or you know, you could do this or do that. So put your work out there, and people will always criticize, no matter what it is. Someone will always criticize it. There's no stopping that. But some people will like it. So I encourage people to put their stuff out there. So look, again, people will laugh at me. Yeah, they will. But, you know, whatever. Look at my content that I do, like the cookie review. People laughed at that, mocked it, who cares? Still make money off of it though. Still got subscribers and stuff like that. It is what it is. Anyway, people laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh, even your close friends? I bet she hasn't got any. Yuri doesn't respond to that. Yeah, she hasn't got any. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Can I read this poem even? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Oh, she's happy to share it with me. That bloody writing, man! Oh! Alright, here we go. The raccoon. What the hell is this? Okay, it happened in the dead of night while we're slicing bread for a quick snack. A guilty snack, sorry, my apologies. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside the window, my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tenderness as... What? Imaginary? I don't know what that is. Something. I gave a raccoon a piece of bread. My subconscious was aware of the consequences. Well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The exciting beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. What? The bread. My hungry curiosity. What? The raccoon on... What? The exciting beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. The bread. My hungry curiosity. A raccoon... and I don't know what that is. Oh my god. The moon in crescent something its phase and reflects that much light off the cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Oh, perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions on the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry and more and frequently, so my bread is always loudy. Weird. Every time I banish... Every time I brandish the cutting knife, the raccoon shows me an excitement. A rush of blood, classic something conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. Huh? Okay, so a raccoon appears at a window and she feels excitement for when she gives it some food, it comes back. We know that's going to happen. And she feels a rush of excitement and he gets excited when he sees the bread. But then it kind of comes down here with my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, raccoon becomes excited. Perhaps I'm projecting my emotions on a wildly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to me. It could say we're quite used to each other. Become hungry more frequently. Every time I brandish a knife, excitement. Rush of blood. And I feed myself again. Is she wants a friend? That's what I'm getting from that. Maybe she has no friends. Well, no, I said that she has no friends. So maybe she's like, oh, you know, maybe there isn't actually a raccoon. And it is just a poem, obviously. But like, maybe there isn't a raccoon, and she's imagining it, and the excitement she gets is feeding herself. But I strongly suspect she's a lonely person. So, you know, that kind of makes sense that an animal an animal companion. Also, I will say this. This is a true fact as well. Lonely people, extremely lonely people, have a tendency to see ants, and they believe that that is a sign of, like, well, ants are a group creature. They hang around large groups, and so when you're really lonely, the idea of having that group around them is like a community, is what they hunger for most, kind of thing. So people see ants when they're really lonely. I'm surprised it weren't about an ant or something, you know what I mean? But whatever. Interesting. I assume she has no friends, and ironically this is about her making a raccoon friend. So, I mean, whatever. It was different. I weren't expecting it from her psyche of, like, you know, about ghosts and stuff. But whatever. It was a different kind of poem. Change of pace. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday. Well, it certainly is different. I would say it's less complex, but that's not a bad thing. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what the poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Okay. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies, such as eating bread and feeding animals. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So she has certain hobbies and aspects about herself, and so she expressed them through a poem. Why are you forced to keep them to herself? Well, then okay. Well, you don't let everyone know what you like doing, huh? So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Again, A, she has no friends, or B, she's embarrassed about the type of hobbies that she has. She knows that, like, or she feels that people would laugh at her writing, so yeah, there's some things, like, if you're an anime fan, you don't brandish that around a lot, or most people don't. Especially when it comes of age. Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Again, yeah. Don't you have anything like that, Perry? Everything I do is on YouTube, so gaming, anime. That's about it, really. I make content on the passions that I have, really. So it's all out there. Yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Yes, I agree with that. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. Everyone's different, and you have to embrace your... Yeah, I mean, everyone has different things that they like. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. Who should I... Okay, so Natsuki's the last one. Yeah, I mean, look, whatever person who's watching this video or whatever, you have your own hobbies, like painting figurines and stuff like that. I'm not into it. It's your thing. Do it. You know what I mean? Embrace it. Don't feel guilty about what you like. You know what I mean? As long as you're not hurting anybody else, you know, fuck it. Have fun. It's your thing. The people around you may not understand what you do, you know, and that's their issue. You know what I mean? Fuck them. As long as you're not hurting anybody, then whatever. Crack on. So let's see what Natsuki says. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. Jesus, oh, thanks so much. But I can't really say it's any better either. This is the one that likes writing simple stories, but she then kind of... Yeah, she likes to keep it simple, but they're in simple words, and then throw some random shit at the end. Phew. Huh, phew what? Ah, well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. and I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognises my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me that Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, it kind of reminds me of his poem from yesterday. How does my poem, like, remind you of hers with getting up in the morning and then she put making breakfast at the end? Mine was about war, chaos, death. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. Cheeky bitch. I'm not simple-minded. Whatever. Not that it's too bad a thing. I mean, I like Sayori. I think she's funny as hell. But you never really struck me as her type. What are you talking about? Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know. But honestly, how can someone so fluffy spends so much time with someone like you? What? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. What the... You cheeky bitch. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away. Like letting go of a balloon. Yeah, that's true. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here we go. Oh, they're all proper long now, aren't they? Amy likes spiders. Oh, I'm gonna love this one, ain't I? You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wiggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Neither would I at this point, I would have to say. Okay. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favourite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone. What? It's like social paranormal thing. Like, she sees someone. She says this is what she don't like about her. I'm not her friend because of it. And then she goes on this like... I bet she's getting everyone else to like spiders. She's probably gross. Oh, what if they like spiders too? I don't care if it's private or not. It's disgusting. It's gross, and she's gross, and oh my god. So she's basically taken someone's hobby, and this is what I was saying about Yuri. So if you look at different in comparison of like Yuri likes something, and she's like, oh well, people hate me and blah 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 blah, and then you've got exact person here in Natsuki looking at someone with a hobby, a passion, and saying that's disgusting, that's gross. And again, not everyone's gonna like your hobby or thingy or passion. I also hate spiders, and I wouldn't fucking want to be around her either. That creeps me out. That's just my mentality. Hell, I wouldn't date someone who owns a spider or a fucking snake. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh fuck no. I'm sorry, it would just freak me out. I'm not having it. But yeah, this is just like, this is what I'm talking about. It's an unusual one. I love how she's taken just like whatever she did yesterday, she's now gone on to something like, oh, I fucking hate this person. And she's wrote about them. And that's why she's not her friend. But it's funny because she has plenty of friends still. So, whatever. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. Yes, it is. I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realise how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks. That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. I agree with that, as I said before. Something that you're afraid if people find out they make fun of you or think less of you. Yes, I agree with that. But it just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? Ah. So she was writing from the perspective of like the message overall is what I basically said. It doesn't matter what your hobby is. Do you. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. Okay, I like where she was going. That's quite strong. It's quite a powerful one. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Yeah, there you go. So I was kind of being critical of the girl who, I was being kind of a hypocrite there, but I was like, this bitch likes spiders? Oh, God, no. But again, it just means that I'm not party to that, and I'm like, nah, it's not for me. Bye-bye. So, yeah, I agree with that. That's quite a good, what she did there. I like that. It's quite clever. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said the same, something similar to that people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt she has some weird hobbies. There you go. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Yeah, right. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should not try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviours and stuff. She calling her weird behaviours and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. Anyway, and Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. Hold on. Insecure yesterday. She's the one that mentioned her big boobs or said they grew. She didn't say anything about her being flat-chested. I know, but then the argument itself was about the poem, wasn't it? I think I can't remember what it was. She oh, that's right. She said about the poem. I'm a bit unsure about it. That's what she made her feel insecure about. But then it came out in other things when she was being bitchy and talked about her boobs. But the way you put it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Yeah, that's a good point as well. Remember that? I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow too. So look forward to it. Jesus, these people can knock out poems quickly, can't they? Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come and sit at the front of a room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters and I have designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you'd heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Oh, reading our poems out. Yuri isn't going to like that. Monica, yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. That makes sense. It is a poetry thing itself, or literature club. And poems are very personal. And this is what each of them are going to semi-hate doing. Yuri's is feeling cautious of it. And of course we had Natsuki or whatever saying, oh, you know, don't attack other people's hobbies, which is obviously what's going to happen in theory. But then again, why would you even bother going? Even if you go to an event, like a poetry event, you're going to be somewhat interested in literature or poetry. You know, and again, not everybody's poetry is going to be your cup of tea anyway. Like, oh, that one's crap, oh, that one's really good. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So, you're going to be judged. I think if they were a little bit less cautious, or it would make them less, like, have less anxiety, pick a chapter of a book that you like and read the chapter, but then it wouldn't be very personal, would it? Or semi-personal. I think the poem is a better route of going, but at the same time, it's going to be more worrying for the people doing it, like Yuri and whoever else, because it's a personal thing that they've written. It's their work, it's their body of work. So it's interesting, and I agree with it, but they're going to be very wary of doing it, nervous. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Okay, fair enough. Sayori's putting it all in the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Hee. Sorry, who's been colouring a poster, holds it up for us to see? Okay, I can't see a poster in her hand, but okay. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't I'm reading so much, guys. You didn't already start putting up posters, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I knew Yuri would have a thingy about it. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it. Yuri shakes her head in fear, yeah. Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone else until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud in a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start an event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better. We'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? Well, it's an intimate group setting and you've got to know the person, and they're just being as vulnerable as you are on a one-to-one basis. Most people can get along with that to a point. But you go into a public speaking room and that's next level stuff. People don't, will never want to do it or whatever. So, so for example, years ago I would never have done that. Now I do YouTube. I can go into a room and speak to a bunch of people about whatever. As long as I know what the topic is and I know what I'm talking about, I'm good to a point. It doesn't really bother me in the slightest. To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright, phew. Thanks, Natsuki. Okay, so hold on. What about you, Yuri? So, okay, before we crack on with Yuri, what I would do is, right, because Yuri's going to be the most nervous. I think that Suki's got a mouth on it and she can do it, she can overcome it. Even if she just puts on a brave face. I don't doubt Yuri can do it, but she lacks confidence in it. So what I would do is, if Monica wants to do it, fine. Natsuki does it, Sayori does it, I do it. We then say to Yuri, give us a piece of your work, what you want to submit, and let one of the other members read it out. And just say that this is from Yuri and I'm going to be reading it out today. And people will, she can just stand there and people will go, oh look, this is what Yuri wrote. See what I mean? So she can still do it, she's just submitting the work and having another person read it out for her. I think that's a compromise, I think that's a fair thing as well. You know what I mean? It don't have to be perfect, just work on it, give it a few days, you know, to come up with something that she wants to submit publicly. It can be simple, it can be complicated. Hell, if anything, one could go cutesy, one can go serious, one can go deep. You know what I mean? Just to work on their strengths to make it the stronger the better in their poem, to convince people to know that there are different styles. You don't have to be deep, you can be simplified. So it's a good idea, and I think that's a good compromise. Anyway, let's see what Yuri has to say. Yuri dejected glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sigh, I guess I don't really have a choice. Aha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. The club is seriously going for death of me. Okay, fair play, she stepped up to the plate. But I feel my compromise was still a good one. I haven't said that, but yeah, okay, fine. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. That's a good idea. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, not really. I think it's smart practice. We shared our poems with each other, so just read them in front of each other to get used to the room, reading the room. There's going to be like 400 people or 200 people. Well, not that much. Let's say there's about a good 20 people who are listening. You know, there's only 4 or 5 of us right now, so. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of a club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? That's a good point, that's what I'm saying. Oh no, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Aha, of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem that she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line and recites, bringing the words to life. I suppose reading a poem as well, I don't know, do you have to read it a certain way? Does it have to go at a certain pace? I don't really know, but they seem to put the apply emotion behind each line, that like when reciting it. So maybe you do, I don't know. I just look at it as face value and read it. But okay. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I bet she's a natural. She's a confident girl who's popular with everyone, so she's used to talking to people. So I bet she's a natural at this point. I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression, her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes her recitation. The 4 of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Aha, thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. I go next, Yuri? I'll go next. Wow, Yuri. So she's seen that and she's like, she's got confidence now. Okay. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up, keeping her head down. She walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called. Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Jesus Christ. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. As you grow and get more confident, because she's, getting used to it. Starts off shaky, then she grows into it, and finishes strong, I suspect. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables, and of the fierce and confident woman. A fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure, and she enchants what? Incites with the perfect timing. I don't know, whatever. I can't be able to. I'm reading so much at this point, guys. I'm losing it. Let's continue. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone's stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around, as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me, and afterwards we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Funny as fuck. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. It's better to get out of her. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks up to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Ah, ha ha ha. Sorry, I giggled. She's fucking nervous giggle, I suppose. Sorry. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Ah. Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem is aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. If I were to read this on paper, okay. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Perry liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where you sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. Need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki. Don't make me go before Perry. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Perry lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. You cheeky bitch. Like, I'm good public speaker actually. From my own personal experience, I am very good. I'm decent at it. Anyway, I'm telling you, that just pisses me off that she said that I'm shit. Fuck out of it. Lower the standards. Get the fuck out of it. Alright, Natsuki, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly. I I recite my poem. Since I am not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it as much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that will improve over time though. I agree with that. Yeah, maybe. And that just leaves Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? What's the whole point, Natsuki? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she is still a little unfused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Ah, well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. I see. So like I said, put on a brave face. Appear confident, do it, and then just go, oh, now I can relax, that's done. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. Okay, it doesn't have to be your own. Okay, kinda cool. I prefer it to be your own because it's more personal that way. But like I said, that's also an idea to recite other people's works. Okay. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Ah, yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we're finished planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's a big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Yuri and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Perry. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once, even though it's only been a few days. A lot of things have already changed, but today Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. Spend time with each other, walk home. She's probably thinking like people are linking us together because we're walking home. And the other girl was like, must be nice to, whatever. Walk home with me, I don't know. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Hold on, what's this? So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Okay, huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You kind of put me on the spot here. I would walk... home with Yuri. I would still walk home with Sayori. I see. So she's like, oh, I feel bad because there's a friend. Like, I'd be like, I wouldn't abandon my friend, but at the same time, I would kind of be like, I don't know. I would walk with Yuri. I haven't got a problem with that. At the same time, I could lie to her. But then again, if this is about just basically, let's be honest, truth of what is. Like, let's say there ain't a love interest there, point blank, for whatever reason. I'll walk home with with Yuri. So if she asks me, it's gonna hurt her feelings though. But I always walk with Sayori, so I feel bad. I feel like it's abandoning her. That's the whole point, isn't it, though, isn't it? Well, who would you pick, basically? This comes down to which girl would you pick to be with, kind of thing, I suppose. I'm going to go with Yuri, because I feel like I always walk... Wait, hold on, which one's which? Oh, it's white, isn't it, I'm selecting with. I feel like a dick. I mean, because that's a lie, but I'm going to go fuck it, Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? Oh, I shouldn't have put it that way, dude. I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialise, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? Okay, so the first part works really well, because I would be like, yeah, I'm not going to turn her down. She, you know, she's a bit awkward. I haven't got a problem with that. Oh, hold on. No, Sayori's saying this. Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with it. Well, has nothing to do with what I just said. Okay. Aha, you admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something like that. It's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know. Need you? Sayori? I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is replacing for you. Shit, I didn't read that properly, but whatever. She wrote, she says, if you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time. Alright, we have another... what do you call it? Another poem to write. So I'm going to save it here at this point. And that overdoes that. So we're on our third poem. So what have I done thus far? I've done a basic poem. I've done one for me. Like a war poem or whatever you want to call it. We can pick different words next time. Very interesting. There was a girl fight in the last video. Here we've read out our poems to each other and stuff like that. And we're preparing for a festival. They're asking a little bit more questions of me. Like who would I walk home with and all this kind of stuff. We learned more about the characters as well in their poems. Very different poems as well. So it's interesting. I can't wait to see what happens next. Now the next question is, what kind of poem do I write next? That's the next big thing. Do you know what? I've just seen swimsuit being the first word. So I'm kind of thinking go completely, I don't know, using words like kiss, swimsuit, or something like that. Or I could use nature, like waterfall and stuff like that. Or I could go religious with prayer. I don't know which way I'm going to play it. It's going to be interesting to see the go, because we've done war type, we've done cutesy, so maybe we could go religious or perversion, like with swimsuit or something like that. I don't know. Or nature would be waterfall and then forest. I don't know, whatever else they have on the next page. So because you can't change it once you've picked it. So you know, it's going to be interesting. I'm undecided right now. about what to do next. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, we're having a festival. We read out our poems. We're talking about hobbies and stuff, and people judging others for those hobbies, and each telling each other more or less, you do you. And I think that's an important message, message overall to remember in real life and this game, kind of thing, you know, something kind of thing. So anyway, again, I'm not really going with the whole try and pick a girl to make her like you. I really ain't doing that at this point. Maybe you're supposed to. I don't really like the idea of doing that. I'm just experimenting and trying different things with the poems. Like I said, war, and then a cutesy one I did, and then I'm undecided on the third one right now. Overall, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.